Welcome back to the channel. Today we're breaking down resources and development in just 10 minutes. Let's go. Everything around us that satisfies human needs and is accessible, affordable, and acceptable is called a resource. But here's the twist. Resources aren't just gifts of nature. They become resources only when humans identify, use, and manage them. We interact with nature through technology and create institutions to use resources wisely. This forms the base of development. Resources can be classified as biotic, living, and abiotic, non-living, renewable, like solar energy, and non-renewable, like coal based on ownership, individual, community, national, or international, and by development status, potential, developed, stock, or reserves. But here's the problem. We've overused many resources. This led to issues like resource depletion, unequal distribution, environmental damage, like pollution, global warming, and land degradation. To fix this, we need resource planning and sustainable development, which means using resources wisely so future generations aren't left with nothing. In 1992, world leaders met in Rio de Janeiro for the Earth Summit. They launched Agenda 21, a global action plan for sustainable development, encouraging every local government to make their own local Agenda 21. In short, resources are powerful, but only when used responsibly. India is a land of diverse resources, from minerals and forests to water and energy. But here's the problem, these resources aren't distributed evenly. That's where resource planning steps in. So, what is resource planning? It's a strategy used to use resources judiciously, making sure we don't waste them and that every region gets what it needs. This is especially important for India, where Jharkhand is rich in coal and minerals, but Rajasthan has solar energy and almost no water. And Ladakh, culturally rich, but poor in infrastructure and basic minerals. Now, how does planning actually happen? There are 3 steps. Identification of resources through surveys and mapping, creating a structure with the right technology and institutions to manage them, linking plans with national development goals. But here's a twist. Just having resources isn't enough. Many resource-rich areas in India are still economically backward because they lack technology and institutions. Meanwhile, some regions with fewer resources are thriving due to better infrastructure and innovation. Historically, colonizers exploited India's rich resources using advanced technology. This reminds us, development depends not just on resources, but also on human skills, tech, and experience. So why do we need conservation? Because overuse of resources leads to economic, social, and environmental problems. Gandhiji rightly said, "There is enough for everyone's need, not for anyone's greed." Globally, this idea grew stronger in the 20th century. In 1968, the Club of Rome pushed for conservation. In 1974, Schumacher published Small is Beautiful, echoing Gandhian values. And in 1987, the Brundtland Report introduced sustainable development, meeting present needs without compromising the future. Today, sustainable resource planning is the only way forward, balancing development with care for the planet. Land is more than just soil beneath our feet. It's where we live, farm, build cities, and even connect through roads and railways. It supports vegetation, wildlife, human activities, and our entire economy. But land is finite. That means using it wisely is not just important, it's critical. India's land isn't all the same. It's divided like this: 43% plains, great for farming and industries, 30% mountains, source of rivers and biodiversity, 27% plateaus, rich in minerals and fossil fuels. How do we use our land? India classifies land use into categories: forests, not cultivable barren lands, or those used for roads, buildings, etc. Other uncultivated land, like pastures and tree crops. Fallow land, temporarily not used for farming. Net sown area, where crops are grown and harvested. Fun fact, net sown area plus area sown more than once equals gross cropped area. India has 3.28 million square kilometers of land, but full data is available for only 93% of it. Some areas, like parts of the northeast and Jammu and Kashmir, haven't been completely surveyed. Net sown area varies wildly across states. More than 80% in Punjab and Haryana, but less than 10% in Arunachal Pradesh and Mizoram. Why? Topography, soil, population density, and even culture play a role. What about forests? Forest cover is below the desired 33% set by the National Forest Policy, yet millions depend on forests for survival. shrinking forest land impacts ecological balance and biodiversity. Overusing land without care leads to land degradation, harming soil quality, productivity, and eventually the environment and society. Land is precious. Its smart and balanced use is the key to a sustainable future. Let's treat it like the treasure it is. India's land is not just soil, it's survival. But what happens when this vital resource gets damaged? Land degradation means damage or loss of land productivity, and we, humans, are mostly to blame. Deforestation, overgrazing, mining and quarrying, over-irrigation, industrial waste. All these human activities are hurting the land and making natural damage worse. Where's it happening? Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, forests cut down for mining. Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, land ruined by overgrazing. Punjab, Haryana, Western UP, excessive irrigation causes waterlogging, salt buildup and ruined soil. Cement and ceramic industries grind limestone, calcite, soapstone, release harmful dust. Factories dump untreated waste, pollute land and water. Can we fix it? Yes. Here's how. Afforestation, plant more trees. Controlled grazing, protect grasslands. Sand dune stabilization, use thorny bushes. Proper waste disposal. Treat industrial waste before releasing it. Mine responsibly and manage abandoned sites. Land is our legacy, shared with past and future generations. Let's not degrade it, let's defend it. Soil, the skin of the earth. Thin, fragile, and vital. Let's break down one of the most precious renewable resources we have, soil. Soil is a living system that takes millions of years to form just a few centimeters. It supports life, crops, forests, everything. It's made by weathering of rocks, action of water, wind and microbes. Organic and inorganic materials and time, lots of time. India's soil types, alluvial soil, found in the northern plains. Very fertile, ideal for paddy, wheat and sugarcane, made by Ganga, Indus and Brahmaputra rivers. Black soil, Rega Deccan Plateau. Rich in moisture, ideal for cotton, sticky when wet, cracks when dry. Red and yellow soil, Eastern and Southern Deccan. Formed on old igneous rocks, turns yellow when hydrated. Laterite soil, found in Karnataka, Kerala, Odisha. Formed by leaching, good for tea, coffee, cashew with treatment. Arid soil, Rajasthan and dry areas. Sandy, saline, needs irrigation to be productive. Forest soil. In hilly regions, fertile in valleys, acidic in snow-covered areas. Soil erosion, a silent crisis. Gullies, sheet erosion and wind erosion are turning fertile land into bad land, like the ravines in Chambal. Causes: deforestation, overgrazing, wrong farming methods, mining. How to conserve soil: contour ploughing, plough along slopes, terrace farming, make steps on hills. Strip cropping, grow grass between crops. Shelter belts, plant trees to block wind. Soil isn't just dirt, it's life. Let's protect it, for today and for generations to come. Got doubts? Drop them in the comments. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more Class 10 content. And remember, saving resources means saving our future.